Kasha Aurora, pagkagod-gado kayo dyan. Labas, sayo. Sakay na. Dali. Kasha pa tatlo. Konting uso ka, boss. Sakay na. Kasha pa tatlo. Konting uso ka lang po.
Streaming has never been easier. Anyone can do it, but not many people can do it right. Laggy footage, blurry footage, or maybe your game just looks like wet hot garbage. Today, we're going to show you all the settings to make your quality amazing, crisp, and clear. Both your game, your mic, your webcam, all of it in OBS or Streamlabs on any platform you choose to use. But more importantly, I'll show you how to diagnose your specific problems using the magical stats panel. No more Googling furiously trying random advice from random people. One look at this panel and you'll instantly know what to fix. We'll also cover how to run test streams without actually going live so you don't bother your audience, and most importantly, I will show you how to turn off dynamic bitrate, because it is the worst, and I mean worst setting you have, and then I can show you where and what the best settings are for streaming on Twitch or YouTube. Today, I'm doing most of this inside OBS because if you're having issues with lag and you aren't using OBS, well, that's your first mistake to fix. Other software such as Streamlabs, Twitch Studio, etc. aren't optimized as well as OBS, and I've found often increase your CPU usage by a minimum of 8% just by being open. So get OBS from the link in the description and boom, you've already saved a chunk of lagged frames. All of these are caused by different things, and most of the time new streamers will call all types of lag just dropped frames. So let's diagnose these in OBS and then we'll cover Streamlabs in a second. First, open OBS, click View, and click the Stats panel. You will get a lot of information such as CPU usage, storage space, current FPS, which are all helpful, but the three I want to focus on are dropped, skipped, and lagged frames, which you can see here. First, dropped frames. These are when your internet or network are having connection or stability issues. Imagine like you're trying to send video over the internet through a big tube and the frames keep leaking out of the holes. If you have dropped frames, then to fix it, you'll want to adjust your bitrate to match your stream stream settings or your upload speed. Try a more stable connection, such as Ethernet, or turn off a setting called dynamic bitrate, which again is literally the worst setting in the world. And yes, I'll show you where that is in a second. Next is lagged frames. These are seen here, and these are caused by high GPU usage, which means to solve these, you need to free up room on your GPU by lowering your game settings, such as resolution, frame rate, or potentially lowering your webcam resolution in OBS from 1080p to 720p. Also, you can generally lower your stream resolution, general video settings, or other encoding settings as well. You could try closing other software that might be taking up your GPU resources, and again, I'll show you where all the settings you can change for this are in a second. Below that is skipped frames, which are high CPU usage, and again, this can be fixed by lowering your resolution, your general video settings, other encoding settings, and trying to close other software that might be taking up CPU resources. Or, if possible, you can switch to NVENC or AMD encoding to utilize your GPU to encode instead of your CPU. Now, if you're a Streamlabs user, I'm sorry. They removed the stats panel when they took OBS and built the Streamlabs skin over it. I don't know why, but now you only have the notification bar. If you look in the bottom left, you'll see a small graph button. Click this, and here you can see dropped frames, but it won't tell you anything else unless an issue already occurs. So if you get lagged or skipped frames, it will tell you after the problem has occurred. Personally, if I ever have an issue while streaming, I check these two locations first, but I will also open my task manager to help diagnose what is actually taking up my CPU or GPU resources. But with that, now you've diagnosed your type of lag, let's cover where the best settings are. Now, I know a lot of videos just give you a bunch of specific settings to copy without explaining in detail why, but I hope you'll forgive me. As I've always said, I hated my math teachers for doing this to me. So instead, I'm gonna make this simple for beginners while also trying to make sure you don't leave this video with no idea what to change if something goes wrong. If you understand what you're changing and why, you'll be far more likely to get better stream quality. So head to settings, click video, and first things first, we're going to pick a resolution. Now, personally, I stream 1920 by 1080p on both my base canvas and my output. The difference between these two settings is essentially base canvas is your preview window size inside OBS or Streamlabs, and and the output is what your final video size is going to be when it goes to your stream. The two main resolutions you'll pick between are 1920 by 1080 or 1280 by 720. These days, 1080p tends to find your OBS 720p. That is to be set to 25 or 50 depending on where you're sending the footage, YouTube streams or Twitch streams. With that, we're moving on to our output. Personally, I use advanced mode, but if you're experiencing lag, you can solve all of this with just the simple settings. So if we're doing this in the simplest form, let's start with bitrate. This will determine most of your stream's quality. There is a link in the description to an article by Twitch and another by YouTube to show you bitrate settings for different resolutions. Personally, if you're doing a fast action gameplay on Twitch, I recommend 720p output and between 4500 to 6000 bitrate. If the gameplay is slower and lacks a lot of movement, then 1080p and 6000 bitrate will work just as well. Twitch bitrate is technically soft capped at 6000 and hard capped at 8000. 1000 bits is 1 megabit, so you need an upload speed that can handle the bitrate you set plus wiggle room. So for 6000 bitrate, around 10 to 12 megabits to stream at the soft cap safely. If you're not sure what your upload speed is, go to speedtest.net, link linked in the description and click test. As long as this comes up saying you have 10 to 12 steady, you should be okay. For a YouTube For a YouTube stream, you're going to want a much higher bitrate than Twitch, both because YouTube has better technology behind it, so you'll have better.
Arriving at Liamson Station. Paparating na sa Liamson Station.
Has better quality, 1080p